goes. Hey everybody, Tammy and James. Fixing to go eat some food in town. Guess what? It's time for a Q&A session. We can't waste 10-15 minutes, can we, Tammy?
No.
No. So here we go. High degree, 2 thumbs down on fluffies. I'm not sure why you did that, but obviously you don't like them. Fair enough. Okay, we love them, but you don't. We understand that.
You ever had one, you'd love them.
Yeah, they are so cuddly and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's
Teddy
like
bear.
not for everybody.
It's like a teddy bear.
Someone said, well, I talked about red eye glow in dogs that are either little b, or little co, or you can have other colors too, but chocolate dogs have a red eye glow. What if you got, this is from James Mia, says, James and Mia, what if you got a blue eye glow? It doesn't mean anything. So, you see people who see a blue eye glow and think, oh, it's a blue dog. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's Frenchy. Well, it's any dog, but it's not. A red eye glow is a blue eye glow. Does not mean the dog is anything that I can tell you about. So nothing useful there. David Rosser says, I've got to asking about 2 dogs that's breeding together. The stud is AYAT, little d, that's blue, little co, that's cocoa, little e, that's blue, that's cream. So that is a platinum dog, no brindle, 1 copy of pied. So that is a platinum dog. We've got 1 copy of pied and 1 copy of 10 points. Bred to AYAY, which is not going to make 10 points. Little d, you're going to get blues. Big E, little e, half of them are going to be cream. So half of them are going to be blues covered in cream. KB, whoops, I just got rid of the, damn it. Sorry folks, what did I do here? Just got rid of what I was looking at. What happened? I completely...
You touched it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let's replace it. Yeah, KBKY, 1 copy of brindle. So you didn't tell us about the cocoa, so we can't answer about that. We're going to assume he doesn't have it. So what you're going to get is going to be, you're going to get blues covered in cream and blues, of which half of them are going to carry brindle, and the ones that aren't cream could show it. My breeder supply, I said we are here for you, and Stick Stoner says not for me. I've sent 2 emails and no reply. Well, first thing, it was 15 hours ago, so I'm just not really quick about responding to emails. There's numbers in there, you can text me, there's a phone number there.
It's all over the website.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I answer almost everything, folks. I mean,
yeah. If you don't get a reply in a text, call.
Yeah.
If it's that important,
or
call.
ask the question here,
Yeah.
I don't respond to all the questions here either, because some of those questions I've already answered before for
And
the
they
people.
don't realize how many hundreds of calls.
I get literally 50 plus a day, so it takes a lot of my time, and I really work hard at responding to people. So if you didn't get a response, I'm sorry, but try a different method and you will get a response. And I don't know where you send the email to, but that might be part of it too. All right, so
if you sent it to me, you went to the wrong place.
yes. I have a cocoa fawn, so this is from Megan Reese. I have a cocoa fawn pied carrying blue, and I have bred her to a new shade Isabella carrying tan and pied and cream, and he has 1 copy of brindle. I want to keep female for my program. Will all carry big B, little b? Yes. Because if this is a new shade Isabella, this dog is a little co, little b. Every single puppy that dog produces will get a copy of CO and get a copy of little b. So the answer to that is yes. And what color pup do I choose as my keeper? Not the one that has brindle, in my opinion. So,
You're big on tan.
you should get all chocolates, by the way. You should all get all chocolates out of this. And some of them are going to be, and she carries blue, so you're going to get some lilac. So there's your answer. So you keep a lilac out of this, it doesn't carry brindle. Zerk Family Fun and Review says, I kept my puppies away from mum since she was rough with them. Someone also told me she left her with mum, so she killed one and used another as a chew toy.
Oh,
I'm deadly afraid of this happening. Are you worried because of your... Are you worried because of yours have been through this before? And, well, the English doesn't make quite sense there. Well, look, I don't know what breed of dog it is. So, certainly...
Don't breed her again. I mean, if she's flopping one around like a chew toy and killed one,
right.
I would not.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the breeding. It's not the stud dog that's caused this. This is something about your dog doesn't like puppies. I mean, you know, what Tammy says is the right answer. I wouldn't be breeding that dog again because, and we did have one time, we had a dog that we produced, a completely deaf dog, and that dog then went on to have a litter for somebody else, and it killed all of its puppies within
So it's
half an hour of being home, and that dog was spayed immediately after that.
Yeah.
It was a nice dog to everybody, humans, but it was not a nice dog to. So you got a problem there, and I don't have a fix for you, and I'm sorry that happened. But I think that that's the end of breeding that dog. Would be the sensible thing to do here. Susan Brocksmith, time to upgrade your incubator with a hole and plug automatically for an O2 concentrator. You can actually, I've got a video on this, how to make a hole in the side of it with a pair of scissors. It can be done in literally a minute. So you can make any hole size in the side of it. Our incubators have no electronics on 3 sides. So as long as you go up above the floor and you can put a hole through on the side of it, very easy, done in seconds. 5/16 hole is what you use. Will 2 fluffy parents create more fluffy puppies than 2 fluffy carrier parents?
Of course.
So let's have a look at the replies.
Whole litter. If they have 6, every one of them will be full visual fluffies. A fluffy to a fluffy.
So M. Sam answered this correctly. So Joe Kelly just said yes, and M. Sam got it exactly right. Yeah, so what Tammy said is right. Fluffy with a fluffy, every single puppy's a fluffy every time. If it's not, something's wrong in the world.
A fluffy carrier and a fluffy carrier. You said this the other day,
Yep.
too.
Fluffy carrier to fluffy carrier, a quarter not fluffies, a quarter full fluffies, half fluffy carriers. A fluffy full fluffy to a fluffy carrier, half of fluffy carriers, half of full fluffies.
And a full visual fluffy to a regular Frenchie.
All fluffy carriers.
All fluffy carriers.
Yes, correct. Why is it doing this? My phone is not letting me go back. Okay, there it is. Mark B. 50% of inseminations are making dogs pregnant, including golden retrievers, King Charles. What are they asking here? And he said, they're asking about increasing. We are doing it around day 11. Okay. So what we're saying here is that they're getting 50% of their pairings are working out, end up with puppies. So they want to do better, which of course you want to do better than that. And so they're saying that the semen looks good, and they're holding the female up when they're doing it, and we're doing it around day 11. Well, there's the problem. Day 11 might be the right day, but without a progesterone test, you don't know. So if you're not doing progesterone tests, you don't say you are, that is absolutely what you should be doing. You should be doing progesterone tests on an IDEX machine. You want to inseminate on a 15 for a vaginal AI, or like a 25 for a surgical or a transcervical. And I like doing 2 vaginals 2 days apart, starting on about a 15 or a 13, doing one 2 days later and make sure the number's above a 20, and that works really well. How long does the LT extender that we sell keep semen alive for? The answer is LT stands for long term. Canoplus is the actual manufacturer of the product. We used to sell both the ST short term and LT the long term, but there wasn't a lot of difference in price, so we just now sell just the long term. It's good for 10 days. You have to have the semen refrigerated for it to last that long. And certainly after 10 days, it's not going to be as lively and as good as it was on day 1, but it's still usable. And I have shipped and been in situations where we've had to use semen after 9 days, and we still had 65% motility after that time. So the answer is it really does work, but you've got to keep, that's why you get shipmate, by the way, to make sure that it's shipped correctly and stays close to freezing. Marlene Aranzola says, what do you recommend to start my program? Which type of Frenchie? Recommend a good breeder. Let's see what the replies say. Depends on what you're, so this is from M. San, who got the good response, by the way, to the fluffy question. Let's see how M. San does in this. Depends, and this is M. San's answer. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish, color or structure, hopefully both. Reason I'm saying is because sometimes you see beautiful color-coded dogs with not so much structure in the parents. I go for structure. Color comes in second as far as a breeder. That's right on the money. That is right on the money.
Color is cherry on top.
Yep.
All of it.
Yep. So it's exactly right. You can breed colouring easily into a dog. Structure, much harder to fix. So the first thing is to get a dog that looks right. Don't get a huge Frenchie. Don't get a Frenchie with long legs, got a long nose, crazy long ears, got a tail out back, long legs, long back, narrow snout. All of those things for us are complete no's, right? So first off, get a dog. I mean, not to say that you're going to find the perfect structured dog, but get a nice structured dog. And if you're not sure what that is, go to AKC and look at the breed standard. That'll give you an idea. And you'll get a feel for what looks like a nice Frenchie. And I can tell you, I would guess, what do you think, Tammy? Half the Frenchies you see, not crazy about them?
Right.
Yep. About that, right? So, I'm not knocking other people's Frenchies, and none in particular, but just, structure is harder to get. And if you've got good structure, you breed to a good structured opposite sex, you're going to, for the most part, get good structured dogs. So go there first, good structure. And what's that going to cost you? Well, the starting point would be a nice fawn dog. We don't have those, so don't ask us about those. But a nice fawn dog.
If you get a halfway structured one, which you really want a nice structured one, the stud you could use to correct some of that.
Yes, right. But what are you going to pay for a nice structured fawn dog?
Oh, a nice structured
fawn dog. It's as cheap as you're going to buy.
That doesn't carry anything is
yes.
AY?
Yes.
Probably 5,000.
Yeah, I think 35 to 5 is the right kind of range. Higher.
But the
girls,
ones that are like chocolate fawns that carry blue, carry cream, carry AT, you're gonna look at probably 8,000.
Yeah, right. So, and I mean the prices again are all over the place. I mean this is really not the place to be talking about prices. I mean you can go find out yourself by just going and looking and seeing what's available. But if you see dogs that are really cheap,
there's a reason why.
One or two reasons.
Be sure in FaceTime it's not real, so FaceTime to make sure it's real.
Yeah.
Then you want to see the parents.
Yeah, there's two things that can be wrong with a cheap dog. Well, there's three things. I mean, you could got a hell of a deal.
Pedigrees and parents.
But typically what happens if it's very, very cheap is it's a scam. Or if it's very, very cheap, you're just showing a face-on picture, a single picture of a dog, and you just can't tell what a dog's like from that. I think the best thing is what we do, and that is a video. With a video, you can see the dog running around, you can see how it walks, you can see how it behaves towards other dogs, you can see it in all of its glory, and honestly, I think that's the best way. Anything short of that, I would say...
FaceTime too.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be the end of this video because we're about to go eat. But I think the answer to this is, on those dogs, at the very least, you can do FaceTime. Anybody can do a FaceTime these days with a phone.
Oh yeah, and if they say, oh, I have a... Android, I can't FaceTime. Well, Facebook FaceTimes. You friend them and they friend you, and you can be on Messenger and FaceTime that way. Or they have a friend somewhere that's got a phone that will FaceTime. If they want to sell you a dog, they're going to do what they can to FaceTime. I promise you
if
that.
somebody's not very willing to do that, then you got to ask the question. Why?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, we can get people who want tons and tons of pictures. It can be a little bit problematic sometimes. So I don't want to act like you should ask for just a picture every day of a dog. What we like to do is we like to do we have videos of our dogs so you can see what our dogs look like, and our stud dogs too. And then if you're interested in a puppy, FaceTime us, and that should get you to the point where you can make a decision whether we're the people for you and whether that's the dog for you. But on the other hand, as a breeder, we want people to make decisions fairly quickly because we may have 4 or 5 people asking about a dog. And it's just horrible when you get the situation where somebody's called you up 3 times on a dog and then they call you up the 4th time the dog's gone. So that's just frustrating for everybody. So anyway, there we go.
First come, first serve.
Yep, first come, first serve, that's right. So you got to get your money down as form of deposit if you want to get a dog. And we are now at a wonderful place to eat here called The Local in Yukon, Oklahoma. And what are we going to have, Tammy?
I don't know.
Don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, say goodbye to everybody.
Remember, I've got that blue and tan quad, AT-AT, little boy. He can make you lilac and tans, blue and tans, chocolate and tans, and platinums.
And we will FaceTime you that doggy too.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful little dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, buddy.